Yeah, currently 12 participants are here. So it's already 2 o'clock. So, yeah. So we'll start the session, sir.
Sure, sir.
Ravi Kumar, sir. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the esteemed speaker of the session, Mr. Magesh Gurunathan. Mr. Magesh is currently working as a senior sales manager in automotive stream at Panasonic India, Bangalore. He's got a total of 12 years of experience and has worked with companies such as 3M India Limited, Bangalore, Saint Gobain Performance Plastics, Bangalore, and Rane Engineering Engine Valve Limited, Chennai. Mr. Magesh holds a master's degree in business administration in marketing stream and is a certified green belt in Six Sigma from MSME Development Institute, Chennai. I welcome him on behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, New Horizon College of Engineering, to deliver the talk on reskilling the workforce for Industry 4.0. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much for the introduction, sir. It gives great pleasure to be here presenting on this topic. Thank you all for taking your time out today. And yeah, let's get started. Ravi Kumar sir, is it okay if you can display the PPT?
Okay, sir.
Sir, you can share the screen, sir.
Uh, 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 um,
Shall I make you as a host, sir?
no, if you can display the PPT, that would be great. I
Yeah,
have
yeah. Just a minute,
connected
sir.
from my personal laptop. Yeah.
Okay. Ravi Kumar, sir, do you have PPT? Sir's PPT is there with you?
One minute, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mahesh, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you share the PPT, sir, to me?
I've sent to Dr. Gopal an
Oh,
email.
Gopal, yeah. 1 minute, sir. I is not able to connect to him.
Ravi Kumar, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you share the PPT, sir? Or else you can send it to me so that I can share from here, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Just I'm checking with Gopal, sir. 1 minute. I will just.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sorry
sir.
for
Please. Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can
Sorry, sir. Sorry for the delay, sir. Sorry, sir.
you,
You can start, sir.
yes, you can put it in full screen mode. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this session on, especially on the reskilling the workforce for Industry 4.0. So my name is Magesh. I have close to 13 years of experience now with sales and marketing, especially working with the manufacturing industries, more specifically in the automotive industry. So today's presentation will be mostly focused on, how Industry 4.0 is affecting the manufacturing industry, and you will also see some of the examples on where I have experienced Industry 4.0 specifically in the automotive sector. The live examples or the live case studies, I will be talking more towards the automotive sector as an example. So let's get started. Next slide, sir. These are the brief contents for today's discussion. With the starting from introduction, what are the skills that are in high demand or not in so high demand, and which the workforce has to reskill or upskill so that they come into the second category of high demand. And also we'll look at some of the emerging technologies which are disruptive in nature for Industry 4.0, and how is as I said, to be more specific in Indian automotive sector, how Industry 4.0 is helping the workforce and how it is shaping the industry as a whole. And also we'll talk about workforce reskilling. What are the initiatives? What are the steps that are needed in reskilling or upskilling in Industry 4.0? Some case studies, and finally on the summary or the conclusion. Next slide, sir. So to give you a brief, I'm sure everyone are aware about Industry 4.0. Like the industrialization started with the basics of steam and the machines that mechanize some of the works that are, our ancestors or previous generations used to work. But subsequently, we had the electricity and the assembly lines. The first, I remember Ford being rolling out the cars that are made in mass production. You can buy, there's a famous saying that you can buy any color until unless it is black. That was a famous quote from Mr. Ford himself. And then the third era of industry came, which is nothing but the computers and the very beginning of automation using robots and small the mechanized robots were deployed, and slowly the assembly lines and all those started. So now we have entered into the new world of Industry 4.0, in which computers and automations are working together in a new way, where the robotics are connected remotely to computer systems equipped with like machine learnings, and people are into algorithms which helping them to control the robotics with minimum human support. Also, if you look at the particularly the cyberspace, the more and more productions are operated or integrated using communications, IT, and the system transformation is happening from the traditional plant into a smart factory, where people are moving from the U line or the L line kind of from manufacturing to a smart factoring, where pick and place methods and others being deployed. The objective is mainly in Industry 4.0 is that machines talk to each other, like machine to machine interactions happen, and the products or information is processed and distributed in real time. So therefore, the changes happen in a real time, where the processing helps in production, giving you an optimized result. Industry, it is all about optimization, as I said, optimization of flexible supply chains, factories, distribution models, where machines capture and convey the data, like with the machine-to-machine communications and human operations. All this enable for what? All to make business produce more products, or even services quickly and smarter decisions are being taken, and also while minimizing the cost. In Industry 4.0, there are like major components that are involved, and where we, like for example, the autonomous robots, big data, or augmented reality, additive manufacturing. These are some of the major components that are present in the Industry 4.0. If you dig down for each of the components, for example, starting with big data, the one of the major challenges that data has been is the quantum of data. In recent times, we see too much of data that is available for individual to consume, and it makes really difficult to identify what is relevant and what is not relevant, and also to find out the trends, that can lead some intelligent analysis, where this is where the big data and analytics come in, right? So they make it possible to identify the performance of individual component and its operating restrictions, in order to prevent the future production issue, take preventive action so that there is no downtime in times of in actual production scenario. And the other component is cloud computing. The industry, as of now, has seen a large shift in utilizing the cloud solutions, and this will continue to grow. The cloud is basically it is used to deploy applications as a remote services, and performance benchmarking and its role in other business areas will continue. Whereas this continuous advancement in technology, machine data, and cloud computing, the functionality will only continue to shift towards the cloud solutions. People start more and more using this cloud computing, especially in industries like data center, where people are talking about artificial intelligence and storing the data in cloud rather than in the physical data centers, freeing up much space, physical footprint space. Because as you all know, the retail space or the floor space is very expensive in the metro cities like Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore. So instead of that, people adopting to this cloud computing will be able to roll out much faster in like the updates or the performance models and delivery options than the standalone systems. The next component, the Internet of Things, the IoT is a key functionality in Industry 4.0. IoT is more of an interrelated computing device, you can call, where mechanical and digital machines and objects and the people are provided with unique identifier. This enables to transfer the data over network without requiring any human to human or human to computer interface. The smartwatches in the segment, if you just turn your wrist, the smartphone, your smartwatch will give you all tons of data, right from text, phone calls, and what is the number of steps you have taken, what is your heart rate. Companies like, if you have heard Apple or smartwatch or Fitbit, these all revolutionize the fitness world. So all this is possible with storing the data in cloud and having a huge data that is being compiled, and using the data in an effective way to analyze one's personal health, or what is the his fitness regime, and where he stands at the moment. So all this is possible. And the other component is the simulations. The simulations of systems. It allows to assess the various scenarios. Once the situation or the scenario is assessed, then the cost-effective solutions can be developed or even implemented much quicker, thereby reducing cost and time to market and all those things. We also have these autonomous robots, where the production methods across various sectors are essentially powered by these concepts of autonomous robots. If you look at large e-commerce giants like Amazon, they have very much as a production scenario, they have deployed these autonomous robots to carry where you and I place orders on the Amazon websites, and these help the warehouse team to manage effectively the storage space and avoiding the downtime in terms of whenever there is no human resources available. So the pickup and drop can be very efficient, and also they can be connected to central server or a database. So these the actions of the robots can be coordinated and automated to a greater extent. Even though this can complete the task very minimum human input, I would say. And augmented reality, AR, VR, as you know, the industry is booming in India. This is again an important component in Industry 4.0. Augmented reality grows in providing the real-time information in effective manner, to allow the humans to better integrate and interact with the electronic ecosystems. For example, if someone wants to visualize how a product looks, so nowadays the Meta and companies like that are providing this augmented reality where you can see the parts physically in front of your eyes, which you have developed and in place. Or for example, if you want to have a 3D view of the part which you have been developing, this helps you to give that facility to view the part and do some simulations as well. The other aspect is on the cybersecurity and system integrations. Cybersecurity, as we all know, the more and more Industry 4.0 is developing, the security of the data or information becomes paramount, right? So as we are moved towards the um, closed system to more towards an IoT and cloud, the security and reliability becomes very important, and this needs to be successfully implemented for this to be modern or digitalized workflow, I would say, so that we can get the benefits of the connected environment. So in my slides, I have talked about three key trends that are changing the way or the industrial companies employs today. First is digitization. The production process in all sectors, from high tech to industrial equipment, are being transformed today through direct technologies or through digital technologies. And companies are becoming or integrating these technologies to improve and evolve, where the more and more industrialization is happening. And the manufacturers are identifying or enhancing the manufacturing process to even simplify the products, and products not only in terms of how they produce but also how they are presented, in terms of packaging, in terms of delivery and all those things. So this opens up a new opportunity for growth. According to World Economic Forum, they have projected this. I have downloaded from internet for what are the kinds of jobs that will be obsolete in upcoming years because of Industry 4.0, and what are what employees needs to reskill or upskill so that they are still relevant during the 4.0 period. So before COVID-19, the rise of automation and new technologies transformed the world of work, resulting in need for the large scale upskilling and reskilling. Now, this has become even more critical. If you look at the report from World Economic Forum, the experts projected that 65% of children entering the primary school today will completely have a new job that does not exist today, where maybe from the industry point of view, from where I belong, maybe the roles of in a in a shop floor or in a warehousing or in sales and marketing can be completely new, is what this how we do business with people and with company will definitely change, is what this study talks about. So developing new and diverse education programs and promoting innovation, like some of the STEM program which you have heard recently, more and more people are talking about that. Providing skills, knowledge, and attitudes are very much needed. Right. So next slide. Yeah, this is that slide which I was, talking about which are the skills that are more relevant, which are more relevant, and that is going to be, some of them are going to be obsolete in 2025. So let's dive into these skills. The table 1 shows the top 10 skills for 2015, 20, and 25. So starting from right hand side to left hand side, I have given this is a snapshot from World Economic Forum website. What are the skills that people are utilizing, for example, in 2015, and how it is progressing in 2020, and what is the ranks. If you see the middle column, 1,1 is how it was placed in 20 and how it was ranked in 2015. As so, for example, if I talk about the complex problem solving, which is ranked number 1 in 2015 and 20, while the critical thinking, if you see, it has moved up to number 2 in 2020 from its rank of number 4 in 2015. The first column towards your left hand shows the top skills in 2015, 20, and 25. For example, the analytical thinking and innovation, which is listed at top 1 skill, but it was not at all in the list of 2015 or 2020. So complex problem solving is I would say, the third most important skill in 2025 that in the list, but ranked number 1 in 2015 and 20. So those workers who stay in their roles to share the core skills that will change from 20 to 25 is more than 60%. So 7 out of top 10 skills listed under this column in 2025, if you see, they are not at all present or listed in 2020 or 2015, right? So clearly between 2015 2020, some of the skill requirements are overlapping considerably. 8 out of 10, I would say, skills are the same for the two tables. But if you go beyond 2025 to look forward for the table 1, analytical thinking and innovation skills are, I would say, the list employers believe in prominence in the next 5 years. So that is why it is ranked little higher. Active learning strategies are some of again, a new skill that is on the top. Analytical thinking, active learning are ranked, as you can see, number 1 and number 2 in 2025. So this emphasizes on how important these skills will be in future, and we have to gear up ourselves to develop these skills, right? So in critical thinking and problem solving, for example, which are at the top of list in 2015 and 2020, now are pushed towards third or fourth place in 2025. So these skills are needed, but along with some creativity, they can be viewed as still necessary or critical skills that will be in 2025 onwards. In 2025 table, the items 6 to 10, if you see, are newly emerging skills focusing on technology related competencies and skills, cognitive reasoning capability, leadership, and which have been sharply their ranks have been increased from 2020 onwards. So 5 years from now, over 2/3 of the skill, example, I would say around 60 to 70%, considering today's job requirement, will definitely change. In addition, a third of skill sets in 2025 will consist of technology competencies, which are regarded as crucial in the job requirement. Right, a very interesting chart, I would say. So when I was going through this, so this was an eye opener for me also to keep and watch on the skills that will emerge in 2025 or beyond, especially to upskill ourselves and be relevant in the industry. So next slide. While we are talking about some major skills that are having greater focus. But there are also some of the skills which are not so important but needed, I would say, in the workforce, starting from negotiation, people management, active listening, and emotional intelligence. Negotiation and people management were ranked on 2015 skill list. However, these skills began to drop, and if you see in 2020, or they don't even appear in 2025 list. So as a manager, as a company, use data and make decisions, based on data analytics, negotiation, and people management, retreat their positions in the decision making process. More and more people will rely on data rather than people making their gut feeling, I would say, or having their what to say, the natural um, instinct behavior. So this data analytics becomes more important to take a decision on how to make progress. Also society expects AI and machine learning to provide decision support, information to companies, example, the board of directors. So if they look, they will be looking more towards how the data is presented to them in an manner which they can take a decision quickly and smartly, that will boost the company's performance and also in terms of sales or in terms of revenues. Similarly, some of the soft skills in cognitive scope, such as quality control or active listening, which I have listed here, which are were considered as one of the core skills in 2015 list, but gradually they disappeared entirely from the top 10 list of 2025. So these are some of the skills that are which are less focused, and people or the workforce should more and more focus on the newly emerging items which we briefly talked about in the previous slide. Next slide, sir. So here we are talking about some of the technologies which are disruptive in nature for Industry 4.0. As you can see, they have listed close to 7 technologies. Most of them you would be aware, but just to touch upon these technologies individually, the advancement of disruptive technology accelerates the reskilling requirements. So the global supply chain, for example, has already experienced a great deal of change in the past 5 years. The more and more people in India are opting for online shopping. So the e-commerce or the having the automated warehouse operations, they have digitized their warehouse management, including the shipping information exchange, from where they bring their goods and where it is getting delivered, how they sort the packagings. These are some of the few examples of having the disruptive technology. These are opening up new possibilities for the society. I can say that providing innovative technology applications, process to create products, services. Until recently, these are all like unimaginable thing. But as a result, the people working in this manufacturing or service sectors will need these skills more and more. Mobile internet, cloud technology, or artificial intelligence, which are listed, are they are beginning to impact this in day-to-day work. Like for example, the quantum computing or the 6G are in very early stage, which will take a lot of time. But the table or the 7 technologies which I mentioned here are literally disruptive in technology, and they are already in people are or the companies have started using it, and it plays an important role in transforming our society into a digital society. In the next 10 years, my understanding is that both the manufacturing as well as service firms will have to adapt the Industry 4.0 principles and technologies to survive the competition. Competition in terms of pricing, in terms of delivery, in terms of quality. These are all like major aspects where companies are focusing with the help of Industry 4.0. They're having their high bets on these technologies. the vast majority of business leaders now expect employees to pick up these new skills on the job. As per few reports that are there in the available in the net, even the industry leaders are speaking about this. So right skill set and right people are very much needed in today's environment to ensure that businesses are in the right position for the future. So to discuss more about these 7 skills which are displayed here that require significant skill upgrade for future ready workforce, these technology groups are far from comprehensive, but they can also act as a guideline for organizations to formulate their technology, invest in reskilling and upskilling. The first one is artificial intelligence and machine learning. I think since 2000 or particularly after 2010 or 15, the developments or utilizations of AI have escalated rapid growth in sensors and computer chips. For example, you would have seen the news of NVIDIA's and how they are helping the industry to progress in AI and even AR and VR. The evolution of algorithms and big data support AI and that they has been recognized as a strategic information, I would say, for innovation tool to improve companies' competitiveness in the market. AI technologies, as such, the can be machine learning or deep learning, can be sophisticated data analysis in capabilities to application across various industries. If I can give you a few examples, AT&T, it's an American telecom major. They investigate on how to use AI algorithm to enable drones to check or repair their base stations, because as you know, base stations can be in a very remote location and even people cannot reach there using the vehicles, or the humans cannot reach. So this for there they use this drone applications to perform some investigations or some process needs to be done. And in South Korea, there is SK Telecom, which applied machine learning to analyze the network traffic to detect there are some anomalies as to how to strengthen their network operations. Some AI initiatives have been adopted in leading technology companies. I will give you some examples as we progress. From data collection to organizational architecture design, the AI development strategy and AI project prioritization is becoming very complex, as the technology itself is very new to into the company and to the people. They have to successfully leverage these benefits of AI applications. So industry experts, they need to build more and more powerful algorithms and significant amounts of data and computing power to rely on central cloud services. Second technology is on the quantum computing. Quantum computing is, it tries to understand the processing and transmission of information using quantum mechanics principle. Although I would say this is more towards this information and communication technology. The quantum technologies are anticipated to create a massive shift in the how Industry 4.0 operates, which also incorporates the digital revolution in physical world, provides new direction altogether in technologies like nanotechnology and AI. The current computing technologies have limitations due to some of the restrictions. The restrictions in terms of bits can be done in a strong processing data. Quantum information technology can provide a new applied information and communication, which will enable rapid computational processing, and also some of the next generation of ICT will overcome the limitations of existing digital computers. There has been several studies on understanding the quantum computing, especially Google has been a clear user of this quantum computing, and outperforming the AI, and they have a huge data center in Shanghai and also in Beijing, which they are currently using for their quantum computing technologies. which is basically liquid cooled, which has an advanced type of cooling systems where they are reaching the thermal efficiencies up to a very I would say never ever before reached levels in the data center of Google. Also, the next technology on 5G and 6G, as we all the users of 5G, it's as we know, it's a cellular network that is designed to enhance the efficiency of data transmission. 5G network provides higher data rates, lower latency, very I would say the connectivity to a massive scale, the higher capacities, the consistent service quality, and if you look at the cost, it is providing a huge cost benefit compared to 4G networks. Although in India 5G is still insufficient for and also 6G, I think, then, which is the next generation of 5G, which is around the corner, and this will exhibit more and more in technology intensive applications, and people will see higher and higher faster rates in data, and provide full dimensional wireless coverage and integrate all functions including sensing, communication, computing, positioning, radar navigation. You can, all these are possible very much. And talking about IoT and networking, Industry 4.0 dramatically impacted the number of networking professionals in the manufacturing and other critical sectors. Some examples of IoT, I can say, and or networking technologies like intelligent factories, connected fabrications, material handling equipment, remote sensors for freight conditions, monitoring, inspection, automated infrastructure, smart metering for utility management and energy saving. Especially in India, smart meters are being deployed in every individual homes for measuring the your water and as well as gas through the pipelines, and the tracking becomes very easy and also very efficient, and the tracking systems and all, if talking about the interconnected aspect, all the businesses will need this more and more networking and IoT specialists than they currently employ, right? In the US, if you look, there are more than 15,000 jobs that are available in networking and computer systems. And this is an example and how industrial or the IoT extends information to operational technologies, adding intelligence in terms of equipments, process, and how they manage. And next, talking about data science and business intelligence. Data science, I think by 2025, nearly 30% of data will be on the real time, rather than people were referring to all your history data. On based on history they take decisions, but going forward, the companies and the top managements of any companies will take decisions based on the real time data, which the real time data refers to data gathered from customer insights or on the software side as a gears of industry turn, rather than the fact the information technology and operational technology converge. Companies begin to find new ways to connect. The data can be collected from the suppliers, from the customers, and again can be aligned in a detailed production information, and can be fine-tuned also in real time. The digital and physical worlds have with machine systems and people which are able to exchange information automatically. So this digital skills, some of them like coding, human machine HMI interaction, which is human machine interactions, and understanding the information technology, which were regarded as a basic skills because they would require manufacturing industries by employees. The vast amount of data maybe cannot be useful until and unless we have until and unless it has been performed data analytics and presented to the humans, which from which they can make a sense out of it, right? So we will need more and more data scientists to write algorithms and build AI to help predictions, reasonable decisions based on the data and facts. Next, about I think cybersecurity. I have already touched upon this. So in the digital era, the internet and smart devices play a fundamental role. While we enjoy the convenience and the efficiencies provided by new technologies, we also face new risk and threats used by these technologies. You would have heard about many companies having cybersecurity breach in their data, in their financial transactions. Many companies in India as well as in abroad have come under this cyber attacks, which is called as basically the ransomware cyber attack. You would have heard in news and in the print media that it would have impacted uh, millions and millions of dollars. Example, a study shows that in 2020, the US government had collected a data about 330 million people living in the country, which are private data. But due to this, the cyber attack or the ransomware attack, all these data were sold to some millions and millions of dollars. So we should, basically the government or the data the data security becomes a very important aspect for the government to take care, and the privacy to be maintained. So that's where the data scientist role comes into picture, and they need to make or they need to build more and more I would say robust structure to have firewalls in place, so that these kind of cyber attacks or the ransomware attacks are prevented. The last one, talking about the green energy, it's essentially it's a part of Industry 4.0. Energy sector administrators and prominent corporate executives, according to in the Department of Energy, the clean energy means maybe from excluding the fossil fuels, solar, wind, water, and nuclear, all this kind, and even geothermal and others. The world will continue to drive this strategic investments in transition to a cleaner or a more greener fuel, more secure, energy future. As the demand for energy continues, especially if you look at the data center industry, for example, it consumes huge energy, and almost in with respect to India's perspective, almost 2% of India's energy is consumed by these data centers. So whenever there is an increase in data centers, the more and more energy is going to be used. So that is where green energy comes into picture. Companies like Adani and the others have already started putting solar farms and windmills in place, from where we can extract the energy and use them in place of burning the fossil fuels and getting the energy to drive the data center or digitization in India. The employees in the renewable energy sector also, face some of the scientific principles and concepts to make decision based on facts or on the factual data rather than opinion or perceptions. So green energy can also be in terms of electric vehicles that have been driving in India and also globally. So the skills that are required, starting from manufacturing of the batteries and up to developing the electrical electronics architecture in a two-wheeler or in a passenger car or in a three-wheeler, becomes very relevant. So the people who are into the ICE engines right now, they are completely unaware about the skills that are needed for how an EV operates or how a battery operates, and what are the skills that are needed to um, whenever there is a downtime in the vehicles, how to repair them and quickly gear up to scale. You must have seen the news about Olas being the so many Olas in the country have been put in their garage, and there are no people to repair or to maintain the bikes just because of skill, a lack of skill of people, since it is a developing um, sector, and people are not well trained to how to basically have a well system in place, whereas people are well trained and they know how to address an ICE vehicles, but when it comes to EV, people are literally, they don't have clue to how to handle the newer energies in the current scenario. So next slide. So we are talking about which sectors need the industrial reskilling or upskilling. But if you look at the various industries in India and also globally, starting from manufacturing, services, food and beverage, agriculture, I would say nearly each and every sectors or each industry will need this kind of upskilling and reskilling of jobs. Nearly, if as per the McKinsey and company report, they estimate that 39 to 40% of work activities in labor-intensive sectors could be automated, and because these tasks are more and more predictable and repetitive in nature, a new role or workers in traditionally labor-intensive sectors such as manufacturing, food, retail, all this will need reskilling. So basically, I would say nearly every job in the sectors that are mentioned here will need reskilling or upskilling. Some of the senior workers whose skills were valued when they started their careers, they would have been left behind by the demand for the new skill requirements. So the workers in the labor-intensive sectors may need more and more reskilling than those with the higher education training. These are some of the increasing new job opportunities to take on the new jobs. One needs to have the skills and knowledge that industries seek. To a certain degree, the advancement technology has attributed to job upgradation or job polarization. The skill-based technical change in recent decades may have benefited skilled workers more than the unskilled workers. So some tasks are easily substitutable, and they can be easily automated. We are seeing people in shop floor talking about kaizens, which is a Japanese terminology for continuous improvement. Now, more and more continuous improvement happens, and people feel that it can be automated. So there, the skills of people come in, and the unskilled or the labor intensive sectors will have an hit. Therefore, the relative supply of more skilled workers has increased, and the demand for skilled labor will even more increase on because of the technological change that is happening. The information technology alone, has estimated to increase as more than 60 to 90%. And in the labor intensive industries like manufacturing, the routine task will definitely need reskilling, while the skilled professionals need the upskilling. There is a clear differentiation who needs reskilling and who needs upskilling. And Industry 4.0, as for example, has put the robots and the other automation equipments, technologies to manufacture industries, manufacturing various products. Hopefully these manufacturing plants, will look like I would say, a museum when you visit companies like Tata Motors or Suzuki, where the traditional cars have been manufactured. There's a great shift from how the cars were produced in 1990s to current scenarios. I myself have witnessed these changes, and these robots can perform repetitive tasks, and also which were done previously manually. The shift towards this automation, as I would say, enormously benefited the companies and businesses with increased productivity, very high quality, and also the labor cost has reduced significantly. I can quote maybe from manufacturing industry like Tata Motors. As we all know, it's one of the prominent car manufacturer in the country. They have integrated, spot welding robots for where they have this body in white segment BIW, which they call at the framing stations. They have plants in Pune and Sanand in Gujarat. So these advanced robots have revolutionized the welding process. Earlier, it used to be manually done, which significantly it used to consume time and also the productivity was low. But now with the advanced robotics in place, it has not only enhanced safety but also the stability in production has increased. So the value for vehicle has gone up. As you all know, the Tata Motors is known for its safety. So this deploying this kind of robots which with high precision and high I would say more stability has increased the value of the car or safety of the car per se. Similarly, other OEMs like Maruti Suzuki, for example, has embraced this power of automation by employing close to 5,000 robots in their Manesar and Gurgaon plant in Haryana, where these robots was like have been instrumental in streamlining operations in welding, in painting, and in press shops. The not only Mahindra but also the other automotive giants like Mahindra and Mahindra and have made more and more deployments in robotics. And when if you look at India, I would say 60 to 70% of the body shop are now being executed by this robotics or which are cutting edge technology machines. The number has shot up since I would say late 2000s or late 90s, but it is clearly the automation that has completely changed the game for manufacturing industry in producing more and more safety of the vehicle as well as very high quality cars and bikes that have been manufactured here. So for the industrial 4.2 revolution is definitely helping business with digitized supply chain management in India, where they can track inventory level, optimize the shipping route, monitor supplier performance. So this all this helped the supply chain efficiencies, saving time, money, and providing customers like you and me with better service and better quality and better safety. Also, in terms of to give you an example on the examples from other industries, the e-commerce or the delivery delivery logistics point of view, the company called Delivery, which is a Delhi-based company. This company offers pickup and delivery services of personal package when you and me send the couriers to different parts of India and abroad. They have an online service where you can track or pick up as well as drop your couriers or your packages, which will be wherein they will access all the relevant information. The AR and VR technology, using this technologies of AR and VR, the industry for that significantly changed the face of e-commerce business. No, AR and VR immersive technologies, new ways to engage the customers, right? For example, providing the virtual product demonstrations to delivering in-house in-store shopping experience. All these are beneficials from AR and VR. If you have heard about this Lenskart, so they are, they're publishing their ads saying that you can view your specs online and try out using an augmented reality just by clicking your favorite frames and your face. It will show you how it looks on your face, the different kinds of frames that are available before making a purchase decision. So this makes decision very easy and also through their buying process. And that's what Lenskart differentiates from its competitors while making it one of the preferred brands. And now more and more companies are trying to copy this kind of technologies. and and today's business, they don't rely on guesswork and on their equipment especially, and that is where the predictive maintenance come into picture. The use of predictive maintenance, I would say, provides the data gathering. Data has to be gathered from the machines on the past trend and monitor their health of the machines. They can even identify the potential problems and take preventive or corrective actions before an issue occurs. So this means less downtime, less maintenance cost, and even it is safe for the people who are working around the machines. So next slide. So talking about Industry 4.0 in automotive sector, how automotive sector is embracing this Industry 4.0. As we all know, the automotive sector is one of the fastest growing markets, and automotive sector contributes to India's GDP and accounts close to 7% of overall GDP, employing up to 32 million people, making it one of the largest creators of employment in the non-agricultural segment. As we all know, in India being the majority being agriculture, but the automotive provides employment to almost 7% to 32 million people, contributing to 7% of the overall GDP. The automotive industry, the advent of Industry 4.0 and the EVs, one of the rising phenomena of the sector. And Make in India initiative, has been a great initiative by Government of India, where it is very unique opportunity to smart manufacturing, and also people can generate employment for the future workforce. And also have Industry 4.0 is expected to transform the manufacturing or the automotive in India by bringing operational efficiencies to in manufacturing components related to automotive sector. The major focus shall be in IoT, 3D printing, or various types of sensors, augmented reality, and location awareness, which is the global navigation systems, GNSS. All this help to these automation technologies collectively are moving the in the automotive technology industry as such to next phase for next phase of technological advancement. Uh, Especially in India, the IoT being one of the most important aspects of Industry 4.0 for India, it captures close to 20% of the global share, and is expected to reach in the next 5 years the global market of close to US 300 billion in 2025. The According to the IBEF forecast, which is the IoT market in India, is expected to grow at a CAGR of 28%. And the major Indian states taking initiatives for this Industry 4.0 are example like Andhra Pradesh have taken initiative to capitalize on this IoT potential, and the government has first of its kind policy have approved to make it as an IoT hub, and to top to top of it, close to they are aiming to close at a 10% market share in the country, which is a very good numbers for a state to begin with. The Indian government also has created green energy corridors to bring in more and more renewable energies to make smart grids. As we talked about, the more and more away from the fossil fuels and wind energy and water and nuclear and other types of green energies has been the prior focus in even in the automotive sector. And India's the first smart factory, when we are as we are speaking, where machines speak with each other, is being set up in Bangalore, and it is in progress. That's making in IAC and the Product Design and Manufacturing Center, also with the help of Boeing company. The smart factory, where the data exchange in manufacturing and IoT happens using the Industry 4.0, and The smart factory itself, if you ask me, it is a huge industry. It's by itself close to $200 billion kind of an industry, and the various Indian companies are increasing their focus and partnering with companies to for the newer IoTs and the Industry 4.0 solutions. Um, some of the notable steps where automotive industries have taken, I can give you an example of Bajaj Auto, where one of the first automotive enterprise to initiate the automation in the industry. It commenced the process of automation in 2010, and today it uses more of close to 100 or 100 plus robots in their production facility, and it manages 7 press shops and assembly lines in their production environment. And also Ford India, when they were operating, they have managed entire assembly line and body shop completely automated using 400 plus robots. And Hyundai in Chennai also has taken many steps to minimize its labor cost and utilizing many robots, close to 500 plus in their Sriperumbudur plant. And likewise, there are other examples in automotive industry. If you ask me, as the result of this, the industry 4.0 concentrates end-to-end digitizations of physical assets and their integration of digital ecosystem. Entire value chain is getting more and more digitized. So there is a paradigm shift that is happening. So several forward-thinking companies have also, recognized the fact that they need to upskill and reskill their workforce to remain competitive. One example is Tata Steel, where it is a prime example of the Indian company that has successfully implemented Industry 4.0 by integrating the IoT sensors and data analytics into manufacturing process. Tata Steel was able to improve the operational efficiency, reduce downtime. However, this transformation also requires significant shift in skill set of its employees. So Tata started investing in reskilling programs to train its workforce, mainly in areas like data science, machine learning, and IoT. Also, Mahindra and Mahindra, leading player in automotive industry, embrace this automation and robotics in production line. The company has adopted collaborative robots, which they call cobots, to assist their workforce in assembling the vehicles, thereby increasing the productivity, reducing the human error. Mahindra now recognized, as you know, most of their cars are now 5-star rated, which is top of the line for safety. And even they have deployed very advanced technology using ADAS technology and collision prevention. And also all these were possible by by equipping or training their employees with the necessary technical skills that are needed. Another Indian conglomerate, for example, L&T company, has leveraged industry to enhance its construction and engineering operations using AI-powered predictive maintenance system to monitor the health of its equipments. As we all know, L&T is a big conglomerate where they have deployed thousands and thousands of machines and in building their India's infrastructure. So they don't want their machines to be break down, which will be a costly affair to them. To support this, transformation, L&T had launched a series of upskilling initiatives aimed to train their workforce in AI and big data analytics. The skilling challenge comes to the force since the required skills that are there in automotive sector, especially when people are talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat or self-reliant India. It has to address the skills gap, particularly to the blue collar workforce. Giving the skilling courses that must cater both existing employees as well as the future workforce. The existing ones to retaining its vital and upgrading skills, maintaining the workers more relevant, industry relevant, I would say. And such steps have already been started, and they are started understanding that future workforce needs to be apparent. Transition has to take place, and especially subsectors like automotive components and vehicle servicing are poised to experience this. Focus usually is more towards OEMs initially. People are talking about the tier one and tier twos, which are like the basic, the backbones of manufacturing the components. A shortage of skilled work is already been felt in the industry, while road transport and subsectors and dealerships have most demand for jobs. They're experiencing the maximum shortage of skilled human resource because of the supply side institutions. Um, Industry players, they need to look at close watch on how to reskill and upskill the workers. New roles are necessary to retain the relevance of workforce and ascertain that companies maintain sustainable market growth and competitiveness. The center is cognizant about the skill gap, and accordingly, for automotive specific, there are councils like ASDC, Automotive Skill Development Council, and other industry bodies. It is implementing, or they have taken many initiatives, I would say, to upskill and reskill. Uh, Especially there are skills, like there are like frameworks like PMKKs, which are Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendras, which is nothing but an apprenticeship scheme for the youths, and micro entrepreneurship programs, which encourage startups to upskill and reskill. So more and more of this needs to be done to address the huge skill gap. And also center focuses on specific subsectors, the industry that catalyzes higher job generations. They are upskilling their or giving education for the people who are into this industry 4.0, and they become compliant workforce, promoting or facilitating the use of smart manufacturing practices and so on. The industry, they need to rejig their operation models, which they are already doing, but few of them or some of them have to start using their smart technologies to maintain the competitiveness in the market and drive large scale production, and keep their workforce up to date. And this needs a collaborative relationship between the government sector and the industry, which is an imperative if the workforce is to be future ready. In the context, the workers can be reassured that this does not mean their jobs will be automatically replaced, which was a fear earlier. But automation only helps the workers to perform their task, easier and much faster. And automating the process improves the overall safety of workers as well, boost product quality, standardization comes into place, which makes the process extremely efficient and precise. Um, the Some of the apprenticeship program also, like from the OEMs or the company side, they provide this apprenticeship to automotive components manufacturers, or in tier one and tier two categories, so that these apprenticeships are driven by companies to enhance the skills, or to bridge the gap between the mismatch between what is taught and what the actual workplace requires. Unlike the similar trainings which are offered in polytechnic schools or industrial training institutes, the OEMs are taking a step ahead to bridge that gap, and provide the necessity skills that are relevant in the market. um, and also there are a few others, if I can recollect, apprenticeship program offered by some of the government bodies like NAPS, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, and National Employment Enhancement Missions, are some of them which provide students and others with apprenticeship, with at least they are with upscale with the needs or the skills that are relevant for the manufacturing sector. And also periodic training and gender diversity to overcome, the training plus learning development programs have to be undertaken periodically to ensure the relevance, and consequently the sector is interested in reskilling and upskilling the present and new workforce in the segment. Sir, next slide. Yeah. If you look at some of I think I have touched upon some of the reskilling and upskilling through college education and through non-traditional options, be it by the employers or some of the people can go online and study and make their own skills upgraded. So these form some of the basic structures of how they can enhance their skills. So both the employers and employees should recognize that this becomes very important in digital or environment to update their skills. And in response to that, in response to the growing demands across the sectors for multi-talented or highly skilled workers, more institutions have invested in innovative approaches, emphasizing the skill sets that is needed for the industry 4.0. And we propose reskilling and upskilling blueprint that is how human capital development or the lifelong learning era that is needed in industry 4.0. So this system concept consists of technology, people, and organization motivating the creation for innovation for skill development. If you look at this figure, it summarizes or recommends the steps or options necessary for workforce to reinvent, reorientate, and reskill or upskill their human machine collaboration, and how to have a win-win scenario for the future development. And this form like the basic building blocks of innovation training and skilling programs. Um, in addition to diverse degree and non-degree options, there are like non-traditional options such as employer-sponsored on-the-job training. Whenever they get inducted to companies, the companies provide the on-job training with the through their supervisors, and also through some of the seminars and through self-studies, taking certificate from the technology companies in terms of information technology giants like Microsoft. See, having this presents the valuable opportunities to upskill. And as such, the industry is going through the transformation there's a central vision of new education and learning programs that can be effectively provided to training, skilling, or reskilling the workforce. The higher education programs, the non-traditional options, can offer the opportunities for the workforce to advance their skill set. Um, Even the business leaders or the government must proactively build or facilitate the programs for society to benefit from learning new skills. Thereby, when the universities are government members uh, taking part in this, more and more people participate, and gradually they reskill and upskill their competencies which are required for collaborative ecosystem for a future ready workforce. Um, Also, experiential learning is one aspect where the experiences or the education is derived from for experience, which forms as an integral part of higher education degree program. More and more, the master's degree program, even when I was graduating, this experiential learning had main focus. Almost 2 or 3 months we were put in this experiential learning, which helped. Which not only students but also universities established a student-centric effort to provide hands-on or industry-oriented learning experience. This pays equal attention to developing students' ability to apply theories into practical problems. So then once this experiential learning is completed, the internship becomes very easy, and they become a valuable step for becoming a future ready employee. uh, so students meantime measurable start taking this courses or the experiential learning more seriously. And we have seen company or the colleges or the universities having this program along with having a partnered with the companies. Students learn the skills through these programs and easily get aspired into a professional career. Once these companies commit to employees from these colleges or universities, they have a commitment to each other, right? And about close to the people I've seen is almost 80 to 90% of the students get hired by these companies who provide this, the experiential learning or the on-the-job training. Also, there are a lot of certification programs that can be both the employers or the professionals can have access, so that after the COVID of the pandemic, the shift is more towards the online degree or certification program, where which helps them to develop competencies and skills that is needed for across functions, from logistics, from supply chain, or marketing, or product manufacturing, and so on. To give you an example, even the courses like the medical practitioners, like nurse, they also have upskilling or reskilling programs, which they have to do it yearly or once in 3 years, to upgrade their knowledge about the new trends or technologies that's there in the medical field. So they can, company sponsored on the job training, and the relationship between organization and the people is I would say two-way win-win situation. And this helps them to create more awareness on what is needed out of them in the once they pass out from the universities. Next slide. Yeah, so here I'll be talking about some case studies of how companies have deployed this Industry 4.0. So quickly, the German vehicle manufacturing company like Mercedes-Benz, they have promotion of Industry 4.0 in their, through the help of the government. They have implemented in their factories, and they have improved their productivity and also flexibility through their integration of intelligent system in factories, which which promotes flexible robot-based automation solutions to ensure the production is met without any delays, or any predictive maintenance happens on time. It displays information in smartphone, like where they can see what is the kind of vehicles that has been manufactured, and what are the components that is needed. Especially, it helps in just-in-time manufacturing, which Toyota introduced. But with the help of this Industry 4.0, so more and more just-in-time can be achieved. And also, they have deployed the smart glasses are fitted with a camera that allows employees to take photos and record videos, which they can add to the reports whenever there is instead of handwritten notes, they can use these kind of smart glasses to record all the details. That can be played as a video clip or as a photograph to building whenever they have an issue, and to ensure there is no quality issue that has been reported from the assembly lines. So apart from that, to talking about the other automotive manufacturing company, which specializes in tires and brakes systems and electronics, they used high performance technology computing systems, which they also announced a factory within a factory concept, wherein all machineries in this high performance technology center is completely networked via sensor and software. This Reliance Industry 4.0 data exchange enables full documentation of every step in the process, like how material is being behaved during processing, what are the benefits that is derived from the setup, and company can carry out short production run. And apart from this conventional, the tire making process, this change the individual materials and production setup to achieve the required temperature and the time. Simulations were done, and the impact on the finished tire can be investigated. Another example of how Industry 4.0 is transforming maybe the other countries, like Gulf manufacturing sector. As you know, that Gulf is strategically located between Europe and Asia and Africa, which means it becomes important global hub for manufacturing. And we have seen companies, local firms, along with collaborations with the government of UAE, becoming global, increasingly important. Like Mondelez, for an example, they are investing heavily in this region to progress on Industry 4.0. And this both the consumers and business in these regions are overwhelmingly receptive to technology, and large scale industries such as aluminum, refining, petrochemicals, and others had been among the first to embrace these new technologies. Uh, and people like are developing real-time operations in factories and integrated and interpreted the data with single AI-driven real-time software optimization platform. Examples of this are increasingly common across the region, so that the companies across the UAE region use this data and reduce their design to manufacture time and errors in their production line, and double their production output. And yeah, like this, there are several examples across globally where people have started collaborating, be it on the public side or on the government side, for implementing this Industrial 4.0. The focus is not only being taken by companies, but also the government initiatives are helping the companies to achieve this kind of Industry 4.0 as a technology. Next slide. So in summary, as we have spoken, the World Economic Forum estimates that by 2025, the 50% of employees will need reskilling or upskilling for the new technology. And Industry 4.0 will revolutionize the manufacturing industries across the globe, presenting the tremendous opportunities. This helps to have people, a highly trained and flexible workforce that needs to be there. And the future of work will require only two types, which we have already talked about: upskilling and reskilling, to bring the staff more relevant in the industry, be it manufacturing or service related field. So that's about it. Thanks for your time, for patiently listening to this session. If you have any doubts, you can definitely put it on the chat, or you can email it to me, where I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful session, sir.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So, participants, any questions or any queries? If you have any questions, please ask here, or you can send that in a chat box also. Hello, participants. Currently 63 are there, 63 participants.
Oh, great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Maybe it's too much of data for them to consume and assimilate. You can compile the questions and email it to us, sir. No
Sure,
problem.
sir. Sure, sir. I will collect those things and I will mail it to you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure, sure.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for patiently listening.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time, everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, participants, please enable your video for the feedback. So anybody wants to give the feedback about the session speaker, please enable the video and give your valuable feedback.
So good evening, sir. This is Dr. Jaitil from New Horizon College of Engineering.
Hi.
So I just wanted to give a wonderful feedback about Magesh, sir, because he has taken his ample time. Sir, it was a very valuable session where we got an insight of what exactly an Industry 4.0 is. Give us the insight of it, and to be more precise, sir, you gave us what exactly needed in the coming years, rather than now. It is very much needed in the coming years, how exactly the skill can be enhanced with this particular scope of FDP. So we'll try our level best to see that our students are also given an insight of all these FDPs, where they will get able to enhance their skills in the coming years. So it was a very, very wonderful session from your end, sir.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Magesh, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jaishil sir, for your valuable feedback. Any
Thank you
other
so much, sir.
participants? Any other participants?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Sir, there is one question in from the chat box, sir. So, what challenges do industries face in adopting disruptive technologies within the Industry 4.0 ecosystem? Magesh, sir? Magesh, sir, are you there, sir? I think sir has left the session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir has left the
Sir
session.
has left the session.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. So, hello everyone. On behalf of New Horizon Management, Principal, Dean, Director, HOD, and faculties, I thank the session speaker, Mr. Magesh Gurunathan, sir, for taking his time on transferring the knowledge on the topic, reskilling the workforce for Industry 4.0. It's a great learning for all of us. Thank you very much, sir. So I'm here by posting the feedback and quiz link for this session. Request all of you to kindly fill this link. So thank you one and all. So the next session will be started within 5 minutes. So it's already 3:29 now. So within 5 minutes, we are going to start the next session. So the next session speaker is Mr. Shanmugam Veeramuthu. He is the senior project manager from Rational Trading and Contracting Company, Qatar. So he'll be taking over the session, next session. So another 5 minutes, we are going to start the session. So participants, just I'm going to share the feedback now, feedback link as well as quiz link. So kindly fill it as early as possible. Thank you. Shanmugam sir. Good afternoon, sir. Shanmugam, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Sir Shanmugam, sir, are you there?
Good afternoon, sir. Shanmugam, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Just now I confirmed he is in waiting only.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Just
Hello,
now I
can you hear
confirmed.
me?
Sir, now we can hear you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir. Voice is
Yeah.
audible, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi,
Good
good
afternoon,
afternoon,
sir.
all.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you
Yes,
hear
sir.
me now? Just once again, let me check the sharing is enabled or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you can share the screen, my screen.
Sir, can you share your PPT, sir? Is it possible, sir?
I already shared, I already shared to
Yes, sir.
once again. Zoom.
Yes, sir.
Can you
Now we
see?
can, yeah, it is there. Yeah, visible, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, now you can see, right?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, shall we
So,
start the session, sir?
can we start? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Smita, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Shanmugam Veeramuthu. Mr. Shanmugam Veeramuthu is Senior Project Manager, Rational Trading and Contracting, WLL, Qatar. He has more than 16 years of experience in the construction industry. He is a certified project management professional from PMI USA and lead green associate from US Green Building Council. He has led many projects across Qatar, Dubai, and Abu Dhabi. He has vast experience in project planning, project monitoring and controlling, execution, testing, and commissioning. On behalf of Department of Mechanical Engineering, New Horizon College of Engineering, I once again welcome you, sir, for the 5-day Atal FDP program. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to thank you, New Horizon College of Engineering and this ATEL program to give me an opportunity to conduct this training program in my field of experience. I would like to thank you everyone, one and all. And the topic given to me is this case studies in Industry 4.0 implementation. As you said, I want to cover these industry revolutions. What are all the industry revolutions in the things? And just I want to give a brief because all the previous speakers, they all given whatever the Industry 4.0 and other things. I just want to brief and small overview and then how it is implemented in my construction industry, where we are implemented in the things. And that is what I'm going to share my experience with you people in this training session. So in this, just the industrial revolutions, when we are saying the industrial revolution, what industrial revolution is started? The industrial revolutions are transformed the economies that had been based on agriculture and handcrafts into economies based on large scale industry, mechanized and manufacturing and the factory system. In olden days, how we did all with agricultural and the handicraft things, our economies are based on the things. Nowadays, the economies are based on purely on the manufacturing industry sectors and other things, which is the new machines and new power sources are implemented, new technological growth came into effective production. So that our economies are now based on these industrial revolutions, which we are telling. There is kind of 4 or 5 industrial revolutions we have seen so far. The first one is the mechanization revolution, which is in the 18th century. And then it is evolved into electrification revolution, which is in 19th century. And then the digital revolution in mid of 20th century. And the cyber physical revolution, which is we are talking now present days as Industry 4.0. And the future, which is expected, is that the human-centric revolution, which is Industry 5.0. So in the industry 1.0, the mechanical revolution, what we have done is that we have used the coal and steam power for our requirements and the utilization. So we can say this, it was characterized by the widespread use of mechanized production by utilization of energy sources such as coal and steam power and emergence of the first factories. With that coal and power, we just started the factories. That is what in the first industry revolution. And the second industry revolution is that industry 2.0, the electrification revolution, late in 19th century. This era began with the widespread adoption of electricity and the development of assembly line production. And the third industry revolution is the digital revolution, where the computers, automation, and digital technologies are invented. Even the microprocessor and microcontrollers are invented, and it is started to using in the mid of 20th century. And now we are talking about this industry 4.0, which is cyber physical revolution, marks the transition to smart factories with cyber physical systems, integrating interconnectivity and advanced automation. The benefits of this 4.0 include flexibility, operational efficiency, and customized production and predictive maintenance. The fifth one is that human-centric evaluation, which is in futures we are expecting. The future direction of Industry 5.0 is the manufacturing of robots and industrial robots. Also, the primary goal of 5.0 will be the development and implementation of industrial systems based on renewable energies. Nowadays, we are all moving to this renewable energy. That is what will be the main things, main core in Industry 5.0. It advocates the use of circular processes that reuse and recycle natural resources, decrease the waste, and have low environmental impact, which is the sustainability. So the Industry 4.0 is the ongoing transformation of the manufacturing and industrial sectors through the integration of digital technologies. The smart manufacturing is the realization of the digital transformation of the field, delivering a real-time decision-making and enhanced productivity, flexibility, and agility to revolution the way companies manufacture, improve, and distribute their products. This is already explained with all our speakers. What are all the key technologies involved in the Industry 4.0? The big data analysis, horizontal and vertical integration, cloud computing, augmented reality, industrial Internet of Things, additive manufacturing, and 3D printing, autonomous robots, simulation of digital twin, cyber security. These all are discussed are explained with all the speakers in previous slides in depth. So I just want to have an overview of the things. And the Industry 4.0 is built in these 9 technology pillars. These innovations bridge the physical and digital world and make smart and autonomous system possible. So what is the smart? The smart means it should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. So anything when we are telling is a smart manufacturing or a smart people, they should make their goals specific and narrow for more effective planning. Make sure the goal and progress are measurable, and make sure you can reasonably accomplish your goal within a certain time frame. Your goal should align with your values and long-term objectives. And the time-based, set a realistic but ambitious end date to clarify the task prioritization and increase motivation. This is called SMART. It should be very specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. So while in implementation of this Industry 4.0, what we can achieve is that standardization, interoperability, global connectivity, centralized data management, collaborative platforms, scalable cloud infrastructure, localization and regional consideration, supplier integration, global talent and training, cyber security and data privacy, continuous monitoring and improvement. These benefits of Industry 4.0 implementation is this operational efficiency, improved resource allocation, reduced downtime, better productivity, sustainability initiatives, optimize and streamline energy use, reduce the waste, design and innovate products which are sustainable. So these are all the Industry 4.0 key technologies and benefits, which are all explained in depth by the previous speakers and things. Now, how it is implemented in construction industries using the automation software tools and systems. That is what it's related to my part, which we are dealing in the day-to-day activities in our project management. So that is what I'm going to explain you in this sessions. Mostly we are using the Primavera building software. This is the Primavera softwares and building management system, supervisory control and data acquisition system called SCADA, home automation system called HAS, programmable logic controller PLCs, building information modeling BIM, and automated fire alarm and firefighting systems, central alarm monitoring systems called CAMS, computer-aided facility management SCAFAM, and computational fluid dynamic analysis, so CFD. So I just want to give a brief about each and everything, how we are going to coordinate or interrelate with our construction fields. First of all, we need to know what in construction, what we are doing. We are constructing a building and we used to name it as a projects. So any project, what is a project means? A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or service or a result. It drives change from one state to another. A company is in a one state having a small scale. While you are doing these projects, multiple projects, the company is getting growth and it's forwarding to the another state. And improved state is called, it's telling that drives change from one state to another state. And it enables business value creation. The benefit may be tangible or intangible or both. It may be the commercial revenue or it should be the brand name, increase in the value in the brand names or both. Some other example is the constructing a building, designing or manufacturing a product, or modifying or upgrading a computer software program. These are all called projects. And each and every project is unique. The processes may be similar, you are following, but each and every project is different to different. And generally, the projects, it should meet the regulatory and legal and social requirements from part to part in the area. If it is in India, it should meet the Indian regulations, local jurisdiction regulations, and the social requirements it should meet. Also, it should satisfy the stakeholder request or needs. Any customer or client, their needs to be met. And it create, improve, or fix product processes or services. And implement or change business or technological strategies. In olden days, we have done any example for a ducting for an air conditioning system. In olden days, we bought the GA sheets and we have cut, manually fabricated, and we fixed it at site for the works. And nowadays, it is all the automation. The laser cutting machines came and CNC machines came, which can be programmable and it will be cut. Fabricated ducts are coming available now. And in construction industry, we just need to assemble it at the site or the projects. This is how we need to implement the business strategies with the technological changes. And generally, the project has 5 major processes, which is called initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closeout. These are any initiation period, we need to collect all the data and resources what required for that particular project in response with the client requirement and stakeholders' needs. And then we need to develop a project management plan, how we are going to execute, when it will be having, and what are all the hiccups and delays, lead, lags, milestones, all the things to be planned and recorded. And we need to execute the works which we are planned. The execution part, we need to have a monitoring and control. Whether the works are executed as per plan, as per schedule, or any changes required, the change requirement need to be recorded, performed, and any improvement required. While doing works and executing the works, we may find out a lot of challenges, and the challenges need to be addressed. We can call it as a construction challenges. So that's why in monitoring and control, the planning and executing will be always monitored, controlled, and improved time to time until we are achieving the final requirements. After we control all the things, we need to close out the project properly. The project as per the initiation, as per the project charter, whether we have done it and completed or not. And we may have some lessons learning sessions and what are the lessons learned during the project, which we need to imply in our future things to avoid such kind of issues or the issues which we overcome, which need to be addressed in the future projects that need to be registered and maintained. These all things has to be integrated. That is called the integration management in projects we used to call. We have a scope from the client, and we need to plan a schedule at what time frame we will be completing and when it will be started, when it will be completed. Some materials may be coming delay or late because of the factory manufacturing. It will come with late things or some production load they cannot deliver on time. So how to overcome the lead lag and like this kind of things need to be scheduled in the schedule plan. And the cost, we need to monitor the cost also. How much is the budgeted cost? How much is the expenditures like this? And quality, you need to manage the quality. And the resources, what are all the resources you need to allocate for the particular project to complete at a particular time? And the communications, what are all the communications methods we are using? Official communication, non-official communication, verbal, formal, all the communication down to the line from the stakeholder to the last layman, till the layman, all this communication should be recorded and maintained, and it should be proper. If any miscommunication happens, the complete project, there will be issue. So to avoid that, the communication management also required. And the risk management, how much risk we involved in the things need to be checked and addressed time to time. And always the procurement management and stakeholder management. These are all the things, it has to be integrated as a system with complete, then the project will start to end, all things to be integrated to achieve a completed project on time as per the schedule. So these are all the preliminary management process groups I just want to inform to you. In this, the Primavera, how we are using the Primavera in these things. The Primavera, as you all aware, it is a project portfolio management software. It includes to project management, scheduling, risk analysis, opportunity management, resource management, collaboration and control capabilities, and integrates with other enterprises software such as Oracle, SAP, ERP system, etc. And also it gives the lead, lag, cost estimation, and milestone status monitoring, critical activities, needs attention, etc. So simple, this is a simple plan of a substation construction program where you can see this red line mark all are the critical activities. And in no way we should not delay these things. If we are delaying any one activity, subsequently it will delay and it will have a huge impact on the project completion. So these are all things need to be attended. We need to take a precautions and preventive measures to achieve these works on time. And next is this BMS building management system, which we are going to use in a construction industry for any buildings, which is called a building management system. It is mainly used to monitor and manage the mechanical, electrical, and electromechanical system and services in a facility. It controls and monitors the large energy consuming systems within a building, such as HVAC, lighting, fire, and security systems. The aim of a BMS is to maintain occupant comfort and ensure occupant safety whilst delivering energy efficiency and lower operating cost. This is a simple scenario of the BMS. In BMS, we are majorly using for the HVAC systems. Why? Because in any building, the major energy consumption equipment is HVAC systems. The air conditioners, AHUs, ventilation fans, all these things are consuming more power, which need to be optimized. This HVAC system will be running continuously by 24/7, which will always consume more power. To avoid that, we are introducing the BMS building monitoring system. It will monitor and control the HVAC system in an efficient manner. When there is a no load, when there is a set temperature achieved for a particular room, so it has to all automatically control and close the energy system, which is it can control the fan motor, it can control the valves, which is in the system line, to avoid to save the energies. When the demand increases, it will give a signal to start provide a fan to run or to the valve to open and allow the chill water to flow to give a comfort cooling. So that is how we are using. Even in the lighting system, the lighting system is like a manual on-off switches are there. In addition with that things, there is a lighting control panels will be there. These are all with the controls and sensors, photocell sensors and timers, even timer based. Sometimes even in the timer based, it will always, whether it is required or not required, the lighting will be on based on the timing. Sometimes in winter, the sun will set very soon. So we require a lighting by early. If you are getting the timer, it will on even if it is a night. But in the summertime, the night will be closed very long, where the day will be long and the night will be short. That time, even if you are putting a time sensor for timer for 6 o'clock, it will start 6 o'clock, but still the sun will be 7 o'clock, it will be okay. The 1 hour. So we are using these photocells to identify, to consume the energies, to avoid even the 1 hour, the complete building. We can think like one bulb, how much it will cost, say like 4 watts, 5 watts. No, if you are combining with a complete building, like malls and things, it will have huge energy consumption. So to save that, these sensors and other things are introduced, and we are doing this monitoring with the BMS systems. And same, it is called a home automation system. It is the same like replica. It will be like individual homes. The BMS will be like a mega size, like for any commercial buildings, residential buildings also it will be there in like a multiplex complexes. Some individual villas, like private villas, private homes, they can introduce this home automation system also. It is also similar like BMS control. Same like it will be controlling with the sensors, the room temperature, room lighting systems, and the climate conditions inside the rooms, and the appliances, what are all the appliances which you are using, all these things you can control with the things. Even the security and access control system as well. And the SCADA is the updated version for the BMS. It has a BMS PLC controller, and it will be having both hardware and software integrations. The system consists both software and hardware components and enabled remote and on-site gathering of data from the industrial equipments. The supervisory control and data acquisition systems, it is controlling, monitoring, and analyzing industrial devices and processes as well. This is mainly we are using in the SCADA where the district cooling plants and electricity network. Here we used to call it as a Karama network. The complete Karama network for the state of Qatar is managed by this SCADA system. So if you want, there is some electricity issue, if you want to cut the power, no need to go a person to go to a particular location to disconnect the switch. They can disconnect from sitting in their master control station itself. This is automated, completely automated with sensors and other things. Even the energy bill, even the water bill, everything will be calculated by using the smart meters installed at the locations everywhere. And through the SCADA system, they are controlling, monitoring, operating fully. It improves that downtime and the labors. Even you can see the manpower efficiency. There is no need much manpower. Only need to some monitoring and controlling programmers required to do the things. And the PLC we are using in industries like equipment plant rooms, chill water chillers, chill water plant rooms, and even for the switch gears, controls and all, the programmable logical controller is used. It is an industrial computer used for control of manufacturing process and such assembly lines, machines, robotic devices, or any activity that requires high reliability and ease of programming and process fault diagnosis. It is used to control and monitor our HVAC system in district cooling plants, ETS rooms, switch gears, etc. And this is a simple one diagram which we are using here in Qatar. If you see, this is a Marafiq DCP control system. Means in Qatar, the government is developing a city called Lusail. It is called a smart city, where everything is like controlled from one station. The Marafiq is the complete district cooling provider for the complete building. Air conditioning and the cooling requirement will be provided by this Marafiq. So the plants will be located in a remote areas. From there will be chill water pipelines and control rooms will be there in between in each and every zones or area wise, and which can be connected with sensors. Like you can see here, temperature sensor, pressure differential sensor, all these things, which are all installed in the ETS room, the energy transfer stations, where the sensors will be installed in the heat exchangers and the chill water pumps, other sites, and the chill water pipeline sizes. And every building, what is the demand? Based on the demand, it will be controlled and programmed through the programmable logic controllers, which is also connected to the SCADA system to the Marafiq main DCP control room. And they are operating, controlling the complete entire district from there, sitting from there. And another one software which you are using in this construction industry is the BIM. This is the building information modeling of the 3D models. Is an approach involving the generation and management of digital representation of physical and functional characteristics of buildings or physical assets and facilities. It gives this improved accuracy and coordination, reduced risks and cost, increased productivity and efficiency. In olden days, previously, we used to have with AutoCAD drawings, making the drawings and things and understanding the clashes, reports, all these things. When we are introduced this BIM modeling, we can see the simulations by how the building before constructing. Previously, with the 2D drawings, we need to imagine how it will be. Even we need to calculate also. We need to imagine in our mind, this will be clashing like this after the calculation. So we need to change the ducts, we need to change the walls. We need to make opening in the civil drawings kind of things. But nowadays in BIM modeling, we can see physically in our view, in the computer simulations, before we are constructing a building, how the building looks like, where the pipes will be there, where the lights will be there, how the structure it will have, even the color of the building, the facade color, how it will look like. All these things we can simulate in the BIM softwares and we can see. So it will give reduced clashes and it gives the improved accuracy and coordination with other services while constructing the buildings. I have some of the photos which we have used in my previous project. This is called Mirdif City Center project in Dubai. This is the photo image which we did in the 3D modeling or BIM, the rendered image, before we are constructing and completing the project. Before we starting, the image was given like this, so that it should be like this. So we need to consider what are all the things will be there, how it will be look like, and any issues arising during the construction time, which we need to address. So this was helpful. And this is another building which we did in Abu Dhabi. This is the Cleveland Clinic Multi-Speciality Hospital. This is the rendered image of the things before we constructing, and after constructing also it looks like similar things which we did. And these automated systems and all these things are mainly integrated in construction field, mainly for the life safety systems, which are all called fire alarm and automated firefighting system and CAM system. These are all the basic life safety system. Any one of things will be there in any buildings in the state of Qatar, which we are using. Even in India also, we are following the things nowadays mostly. These systems are called as basically the life safety system, which have fire pumps and a clean agent system called FM200, NOVAC, and aerosol systems, water mist foam systems, fire alarm and smoke heat detectors, beam detectors, sounder, flashers, manual call point, pull stations, and lift controls, smoke and fire curtains, ventilation fans, dampers, public announcement system, and access control system, etc. I'm just want to have an overview of this. People need to aware of the things. These all are the things it is available in our day-to-day life, even while we are working in our workspace, offices, even some houses. and the multi-specialty hospitals and the halls, malls, everywhere these systems are available. It is a basic requirement for any life safety system to avoid from the incident of fire. So we can hear a lot of fire accidents happen and a lot of people they have been lost their lives. So to avoid that, this is a basic and mandatory requirement in any construction building. Even during construction time also, we need some temporary arrangements for this to avoid any lives. A life is a life for any person. So we should not leave these things. So basically, in the fire alarm system, in any building, there is a sprinkler. This is the olden days. There is a sprinkler was there. Even now also the sprinklers are there. The sprinkler system is connected with a pumping and pipeline system. It will sense any fire or heat comes. It will sense the temperature, and once it's the temperature, there is a bulb will be there. The bulb will be break, and it will give the water to fight the fire. This is like a mechanical protection, we can say. Once it break the fire, the water, where it will come, how it will come. This is another question. So in any building, we used to have a fire water tank with like kind of things, fire pumps. These fire pumps, there is 3 sets of fire pumps will be there. One is a jockey pump, and this will give for small variation of pressure in the line. The jockey pump will operate and it will try to maintain the system pressure. And there will be electrical driven pump. And this electrical pump will give, when the jockey pump unable to meet the pressure demand, automatically the electrical pump has to start and it has to meet the pressure requirements. In some cases, the both jockey pump and electrical pump unable to meet or failure, then there will be a diesel operated pump will be there. This automatically the diesel generator has to start and it has to run the diesel pump to meet the pressure requirement in the pipeline. So there will be always there will be a water tank which will be stored with the water, with a standby water tank also. In case of emergency, it has to give. So how this is working? This is the main thing. When there is a pressure drop in the line, there will be a controller like this. These controllers are with microcontrollers and with sensors. This is all we are dealing with, this automation with the Industry 4.0 smart. This machine learning, we can say it is a machine learning. When there is a pressure drop in the sprinkler, these sensors installed in the valves assemblies will measure the flow. It is a less or demand. It will give a signal to these control panels with the jockey pump and electrical controller, and then it is a diesel controller. So when it gives, the jockey pump try to make the pressure and maintain the pressure. So until it will be running. If unable to give, the sensor will automatically give the signal, and this controller will give another signal or an instruction to start this pump automatically. There is no manual, there is no things, nothing is required. This is all completely, it is all automations. So this will give the things. And even this unable to maintain, it will give the diesel pump. There will be a diesel tank and other things will be there as standby. It will automatically run until completing. By this time, it will give the signal and alarm to the Civil Defense Department. For that, there is another system called fire alarm system. These are all firefighting system we used to call. And there is a fire alarm system. This alarm system is having a fire alarm control panel with the devices, which we can say the smoke detector, heat detector, public announcement systems, manual pull station, all these things are connected with the things. And it is programmed with a logic controller. In case of any fire, any one device activated, it has to give a signal alarm in the building. There will be a fire, there will be a sounder, it will be flashing, and even there will be announcement will be coming in the building. There is a fire, please evacuate immediately. So all the people, those who are there, they need to evacuate through the egress point or the fire access point. So this is all automatically done. So no intervention of human is required for these things. These instruments are designed and do like this with precise sensing capability. And even sometime in case of any false alarm comes, So that time the operator need to acknowledge. Even if any false alarm comes also, it will announce it, all the things. So during that time, somebody needs to acknowledge the things, the operator. There will be a monitoring or a security operator will be there. They need to monitor and acknowledge. If it is a false alarm, they have to acknowledge. If it is a real alarm, they have to accept. And they have to take care preventive maintenance. In these things, there is a lot of equipments equipped nowadays. It is automatically firefighting systems. It will automatically extinguish the fire. No need of intervention. So that is what we said in my previous slides, which are all the items I explained. The clean agent system, this FM200, even the fire pump, as I explained, aerosol system, water mist system, this all smoke curtains, fire curtains, and ventilation fans, all these things will be automatically controlled and enabled to fight the fires. So nowadays, in recent days, there is a CAM system also introduced in these things. The CAMS is the central alarm and monitoring system. In olden days, only this fire panel will be there. It is all connected with the thing. It will be like an individual. So the person as he is here, he has to go and check and fight any fire is there like that. Later days, it will be introduced with the equipments, like smart machines or smart equipments called the Novak system or FM200 kind of things. So it will sense within there will be a preset time. Within the set time, it is not acknowledged as a false alarm. It will automatically discharge the gas to extinguish the fire in the room. And prior to discharging, it will give the alarms. So evacuate. If there is a fire is coming, evacuate. So any person, because this clean agent system is harmful to the humans. So they need to evacuate within the time period. It will have automatically, there is a time delay. Even in case somebody trapped inside, they can push an emergency buttons will be there. If they are putting the emergency button, these machines will recalculate the time from the time when they are pushing the buttons. It is designed like this. So it will take, again, it will calculate the time. Say example, like 40 seconds, within 40 seconds, the people has to evacuate, the gas has to discharge to fight the fire means. If somebody trapped, they are pushing that button after like a 38th second. Then the machine will automatically recalculate from the 38th second. Again, it will calculate 46 seconds. Thereafter, it will discharge the gas. So it is all designed like this. Automate for the autonomous worker functionality. And now if you see in this graph, so it is connected with the Wi-Fi net. It is having a central alarm monitoring stations. From there, it will be reported to the buildings. This is like, what is the main issue in main advantage in implementing these systems is this. Previously, we have any individual buildings, we need to connect to the monitoring station through the cables. Now we eliminated the cables when we are connecting with the Wi-Fi and network, like you can say the clouds and whatever it is. So from there, it is now connected to the responder. The first responder is the fire protection or Qatar Civil Defense Department. So it will be connected in Qatar. The same way we can connect in India also, it may be updated. So previously, it was like telephone lines. What happens? Some areas, they cannot lay telephone lines for a very long time in districts, district to district kind of things. So we introduced this CAM system. So it is connected to the CAM. It will be connected to the network. And through the network, there will be each and every building will have its own IP address or address. So through the address, it is connected to the monitoring station. From that monitoring station, they will give immediately. Once the alarm comes, they have to take the time, the time, delay time. There will be like acknowledgement time. We can say as acknowledgement time. There's not a delay time. The acknowledgement time will take for any 50 seconds or 40 seconds or even 60 seconds or 70 seconds. Maximum it will be like 70 seconds. Within the 70 seconds of time, if somebody didn't acknowledge it is a false alarm, then it will automatically go to the fire protection department and they will reach to your place to verify and identify and to address or to extinguish the fire in any building. So, and this FM200 system, it is independent system. It will work standalone. as well it will give a signal to the fire protection system itself. These FM200 and NOAC systems are mainly given to the server room, any server rooms and the equipments where we need a protection of the data. The data should not lost and even the equipment shall not get damaged over there. So for that things, we are using this clean agent system, and it will have like a detectors. It will have also to verify 2 detectors will be there. If any one detector sense a smoke or fire in the building or in the room, it will wait to confirm the fire to another smoke detector also. It's called a cross verification is to tell. The another smoke detector also will verify and it will confirm, it will give the alarm signal to this panel. Then immediately thereafter, it will give the annunciation, public announcement. It will give the access control. It will give a signal to access control system to open all the door. Without any controls, it will give a signal or instruction to all the access control devices to open, irrespective, starting from the main gate to that particular zone or rooms. Even in this case, if you see the multi-story buildings, say example, some 56-story or 60-story buildings are there. So if any one building, if fire happen, so whether we need to evacuate all other buildings like this, it is not necessarily that kind of things. There will be a zoning will be there. According to the zone, the fire is in a particular zone, only the particular zone people or the equipments, only it will activate or annunciate these alarms to do the things. If it is other zones are safe, they will not be required, not necessarily to evacuate, and the systems also, it will not communicate to that particular things. The sensors will not communicate to the other zones, equipments, even the equipments. So while designing itself, the buildings are designed in such a way to avoid like miscommunications. If a 56-story building, evacuating people from 56-story building is very difficult and at a particular time. So there will be a lift and other controls will be there for that. Even the lift, there is a fireman lift will be there and normal passenger lift is there. In a 56-story building, say example, in the 20th story, there is a fire happen. So what will be happening? You will see in case of fire, you will don't use the lift. It will be written in any malls or in your offices also when you are working. You can see in next to the lift panel, it will be written in case of fire, don't use the lift. Because the lift is designed sometimes in case of any fire, the lift has to go down to the next level where there is no fire, or it will always go to the ground floor. This is designed only those who are in the lift during the fire condition. If somebody is traveling in the lift to a 56th floor, while traveling, if anything happens, that during the traveling time, if in any building anywhere fire happened, the lift will not get operated further. Because the lift shaft is controlled or connected from the ground of a building to till roof of a building or till up to the what elevation it goes. Till the time it is connected to a building. So it has a passage to allow the fire to propagate to the other buildings also. So to avoid that, the lift will not operate during the fire condition, but somebody, if inside the building, they trap, the lift will go down to either ground floor or it will go to the next safer zone. So they will, it's while programming, while designing the lift itself, there will be emergency landing button will be there and it will be designed to go to that position. It is programmed like this automatically. If there is a, say example, 20th floor fire is there, like 25th floor and above is another zone. It is a protected zone, means it will go to the higher floor, next floor. Or it will go to like 15th floor and down. It will come like this. It will come and stand and it will, the doors will kept open always. Thereafter, the lift will not run. So it is a protection, automatic protection designed in the lift control. Even in the lift control, it is there. So same like smoke and fire curtains. Some areas like malls and things, there will be atrium. In the atrium, there is a chances of fire comes. It has to protect. The fire should not propagate to any other area of the mall. For that, around the atrium area, there will be a smoke and fire curtains installed. Same like when the smoke or fire detected, there will be signals will be given from the devices, field devices. So it will activate automatically the smoke and fire curtains to drop down and to control the smoke propagation. It will not till end, it will not fight or things. It will control the propagation within the range. All the fire curtain and smoke curtains are rated for minimum 2 or 3 hours. Sorry, 3 hours. So within that period of time, we need to evacuate and save all our people's or lives, those who are in the buildings. This is a general basic designs, which we are using these all automation systems and sensors. It is implemented in this thing. And then the ventilation fans will run immediately after getting a signal from the fire to exhaust the smokes and to give a proper ventilation for the people, those who stranded in the building, and for their ventilation, breathing and other thing, to avoid any suffocation. The ventilation fans are used. In the ventilation fans also, there is a variety of fans. The type of fans we can say it is called smoke exhaust fans, general ventilation fans, and jet fans. Kind of things, designs are there. It is all automatically controlled with the PLC panels. It is all interconnected, and with the fire alarm system also. So no need of any human has to go there and do work like this. It is all automated, completely automated in the buildings with this BMS or PLC or SCADA. It will be done automatically. And this public announcement system, as I told, it is already interconnected with the things. Even the dampers, there is a mechanical dampers called motorized dampers and motorized smoke fire dampers. It has a two optional things. One, the motor will be there. It is a fire retardant motors or like actuators, we can say. This will be connected in the dampers and it will automatically shut off to cover the region or the zones, even for any equipment. In case of fire, not only life, we don't want to have the property also need to be damaged. So in any equipment, we will be where the fire is expected, like a air conditioning system. It is basically installed in air conditioning system. In air conditioning system, we used to have the dampers. Even to protect any pumps or pipes, even some PLC panels, the ETS rooms, server rooms and all, where the air distribution network is there, where we need to put these dampers, motorized dampers, which will be shut off in case of any fire, anything, to protect the propagation of fire to that particular rooms. So that the equipment also will get saved by using this system. It is all automatic. These things and all, dampers and all, you cannot see in any building by visually. It is all covered inside the ceiling, false ceiling and other things. You can see in the mechanical rooms or plant rooms, which is installed in the roof and other things. And this public announcement system, as I told, any kind of things comes, it will be interconnected with the fire alarm system. Automatically, it will announce that this zone has fire. The people, those who are there, need to be evacuated. And meantime, this access control system also connected with the things. It will give all the doors and gate barriers, main gates, whichever is connected with the access control system, especially for the egress path, for the escape route, it will automatically open. And another thing is that there is another software called Computer Aided Facility Management System, CAFAM. This is basically people using in after operation and maintenance period. After once we completed the projects and hand over to the facility management team, the facility managers they are using this software to plan, execute, and monitor all activities involved in it and plan for the preventive maintenance, space and move preventive maintenance things, and any spares required, all the things, asset required, everything they will be managing in this softwares. And also the same software is used for this hotel management and rooms reservations, etc., and all. And finally, there is one software which we are using is the computational fluid dynamics. This software we are not using specially, but our specialists, they are using these softwares and they are providing the scenario of the fire propagation in any buildings. This is a CFD management for the CFD analysis for the smoke management system we used to call. And same things we can do it for like even some open area air conditioning system, even for some vehicle movements and the speed and the body withstanding capability kind of things and all, they will be doing in this computer-aided facility management software, which we are mainly using for the smoke management system. In this, this is a science to predict the liquid and gas flows based on the governing equations of conservation of mass and momentum and energy. This is a computer-aided solution results provided optimal design for better efficiency. So example, this is a car park building which we designed. In this usually, this is all completely the car parks. It's a building for only the parking where we used to park all the cars. So example, in sometimes any one car has get fire and it propagate the fire. How the scenario, how far the fire will propagate and what extent and what intensity it will be propagated in that locations. So to avoid that, what are all the things we need to do? This will be done in this CFD analysis. This analysis done by the specialist, and prior to installing any equipment, they will provide how much ventilations we required and how many fans, mechanical ventilation fans, the fire-rated fans we need to introduce, the fresh air and exhaust air, and even the jet fans, how much is required to accomplish or to extinguish this fire at this point of time, or to evacuate the smoke propagation from that particular point. So they will be giving, you see these red lines, the red color lines are the high intensive area of the fire, and the smoke is less, and the green, blue is okay, normal things. So whether in between, this image is not that much clear, I just taken from my previous things. There will be fans, jet fans, 1, 2, 3, like this, like this. This is also will be controlled, which direction the fan to run. In case of fire here, it has to exhaust and throw to the nearest area to outside the ambient things. So because in the car park, if the exhaust the fire and propagates here itself, it will give cost to catch fire for all other vehicles also, because it's all having the diesel and other things in their tanks. So it will give a big explosion or big kind of fire to propagate. To avoid that, which is the nearest area, the fan has to run unidirectional. The fans also designed in unidirectional. So the signal will be given, the sensors will be mounted here. If the fire happened here, it will indicate the fans to run in the other direction to evacuate this, to exhaust these smokes and fire things, so that the fresh air will enter here with the velocity designed to minimize the temperature of that fires. So that area also will be cooled, and the visibility, to provide the visibility, the fans also designed to evacuate within a seconds or minutes, to evacuate the complete smokes from that building, so that the visibility will be there and the temperature is controlled. This is that. So this is another simulation of this smoke propagation in atrium. In any building, the atrium, the smoke will be here. So there will be curtains covered this area in order to avoid propagation of the smoke to this other area of the buildings. So in the roof of the building, there will be smoke fans to exhaust the smoke. So when there is a fire, it will be like a controlled evacuation or exhaustion will be there. That is for these analysis and all will be done to avoid. This is another in a building temperature. See this area and all, it is okay. This area is the high intensive temperature where the red color is there. It is a fire scenario, so which we used to do in general to control the fires. In the end of session, we are concluded. So this is the overview. We are using all our automated system. This is for this industry 4.0. There is an automated system which is with the Internet of Things and cyber technologies, which we are using in construction field to avoid. Even in civil engineering, there is called 3D printed buildings and all. It is coming in the upcoming things. It is all doing in the civil industries also. Say example, even the Burj Khalifa tower, the world tallest tower, is constructed by simulating with the things which you maybe all viewed the videos and other things. So with that, I am finishing my session. So if you have anything to ask, feel free to contact me.
I request all the participants, if you have any queries directly, you can interact with Mr. Shanmugam sir.
I hope you just have a understanding of the things, how it's implied in the construction field.
Thank you very much, sir, for the session. Participants, any queries, any questions from your end, please ask the session speaker. Sir, one question is there in the chat box. Do we have
Yeah.
any open source tools which can be used for this, sir?
No, open source tools means what it is, what they are asking. We have tools using these softwares. There is a variety of softwares. And even I want to tell, one of the speakers said about the heterogeneous things.
Yes.
All these equipments are called, they are manufacturers. It is manufactured by different manufacturers, same like Siemens, Schneider kind of people and all, they are doing the things. And they are using their own software, as they are telling. When we are we are able to combining these things in buildings, we are using the BMS programmer or PLC programmers. It should be followed like a IP or a BACnet gateway or Modbus gateway like that. So there is a compatibility issues we are facing. So each and every things is not same. So there will be that programmers using some other protocols to convert into another things, and then they are converting to their required control procedures. So this is what they are using. The tool's name actually, especially we are using for the HAP tool for the heat load estimation for air conditioning systems. Same like CFD analysis, I will let you know the tools what they are using our people for these things. But generally for the fire alarm and interface things, it is all like a programmable control, PLC control only based on the programs, like a Modbus control or TP control, like that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, any participants, any other questions from your end, please? And you can send your queries in the chat box also.
Yeah. Actually, most of the things as registered versions will be there in controls because yearly we need to renew. We are facing this counter also from our clients. As they are asking the open source tool, the softwares are not like open. As you say, even Microsoft, anything which you are using the software, general software, they have some expiry date or you need to renew like that. Same way, here also while using this fire and other things, it is all standard. There is no separate procedure or software is required. When it is coming to this building management system and home automation system, and even sometimes PLC, there is a software's versions over there. That versions needs to be updated or it should be maintained with the suppliers, specific suppliers, those who are providing these solutions. That is it. Some items can be done with the open source tool as they are asking, which is like a Modbus or BACnet, people can configure. It depends on the programmer, how he is configuring. He can able to do the things.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any queries, anything is there? Please send it us. Even I can send you later through mail or chat things.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. In which company is using Industry 4.0 in India? Some more questions
India,
from
I am not aware because I have been almost 17 years. I am here in
Yes,
Qatar.
sir.
When I was in India,
Yes, sir.
mostly these automation people and all, they are using factories and other people. I remember I was using. And even I, according to my knowledge, in German, there is one company called Samsung. In one of my previous projects, they delivered a PICV valve. It is using in energy transfer station to control the chilled water flow and pressure and delta T to maintain the delta T. And this valve is being manufactured by completely automated factory under using robotics 2 years back. 2 years back in German, Samsung, I have taken some valves from them, around 4 or 5 valves I have taken for one of my project in the Lusail Smart City. For that, this valve is taken from these people. But India, I am not knowing much about the Indian market currently. Maybe they are using the things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So any more queries, participants?
Sir, I request any one of the participants can give this online feedback about this session. If possible, you can enable your video.
Sir, I would like to give a feedback.
Yeah.
Sir,
Please
I'm Sunil.
enable your video, sir. Sunil, sir, if possible.
Oh, video is also required.
If possible, please try, sir.
I might not look good, please.
It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir.
It's okay, sir. Just give
It's
Yes,
not
sir.
looking good. It's how people
No,
are
no,
seeing.
on a lighter note,
Yeah, sir. It's okay, sir. No problem, sir.
I think I have some issues switching on the video.
Okay, sir.
If I'm allowed to give a feedback without video, I can continue.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. You can give, sir. No issues. Please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Adding to the Atal, they are asking, sir. That's why we are asking, sir. Otherwise, we don't ask anything.
No. On my system, it's showing some
It's okay,
error.
sir. You can give, sir. It's okay, sir. You can give, sir.
Okay.
Sir, no problem, sir. You can give, sir. Without video also you can give.
Yeah, fine.
Yes, sir.
See, promptly, I myself coming to give a feedback is about how I loved this session. If not, I would have kept quiet. So I like the way how sir has stuck to the core a title of his topic, because generally what happens is when a topic is given to a speaker, they have a tendency to go online, check on various AI tools today, and give a proper presentation to make the audience get glued to their talk. But I love the way sir kept it to his field of expertise in construction industry, and how various industry 4.0 technologies are being used, and what is really seen and felt by himself. So that is one thing I like the most about the talk, and the way your PPT looks very neat and clean, sir. No extra things to make the PPT look good. What you have done, you have presented. So it gave a lot of insights about how CFD is used in construction industry, how you simulate the smoke. Of course, in industries, manufacturing industry, all that we talk about digital twin, how these simulation software are used for FE analysis, all that for structural strength design process. But it's quite interesting to know about how this I do know that these softwares are used for designing buildings, but the way you explain them in a very simple way, I felt it was quite good. And I would say this is one of the best sessions I've attended. Yes, that is my feedback.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
Sunil,
sir.
sir.
And I want to
Thank
tell
you,
one
sir.
more thing actually. See, whatever, even I want to convey this message, because a lot of you are all professors and doctorates, research holders, you are communicating with our students. What I faced one issue while I was having interview with our people, even if you see a couple of months back, I have interviewed more than 67 persons, engineers I have interviewed. I hardly selected some 5 or 6 people only. They are what I want to tell is that engineering is when you are applying to our day-to-day activities, then it works. Only reading, getting marks, scoring will not help. We need to implement. That is what we are all doing. I'm not telling. But when I am seeing the engineers nowadays coming, they are, I don't know what is their mind. They read, they have a good background of academics and other things, but they are unable to explain. When for I just interviewed some small people, what is stress, what is strain, which I studied in 2006 in my strength of material subject. People, they know, but they are unable to explain. The problem, they are not applying in day-to-day life. So when we are doing a construction building, even when the topic given to me, it is majorly everybody will dealt with these industries like a factories. Industry means everybody is in mind. It will be like a factory, production factory, manufacturing factory, or software like this. But when in how to apply in construction, construction also one of the major industry in global market. And most of the engineers are working in industry. It's like a construction industry. Most of the engineers, they are working in a construction industry where how to apply our engineering thoughts. That is the most important one. And you also better, I request you all people to convey this to our students, upcoming young students and other things. They need to apply whatever they are studying in day-to-day life activities. So even I'm not a big specialist, whatever experience I had in my career, that I shared with you people. That is how I made. Even some of the most important slides I unable to include in the things which I was searching from my things. I have saved from 2011 onwards all the things in my records. Unfortunately, it got something corrupted, or I don't know where I have secured or saved. So I have saved, which is limited photos and videos, which is available. Even I have did physically the fire propagation and extension with smoke and other things. I wanted to share all those videos, but unfortunately, I don't have time being, and I don't have much time to retrieve back also. In future, I will share all the things to you. My request is to understand any communication, whatever we are giving, it should be understandable. Even if we are telling one line or one word, it need to be understandable. That is my request. So please convey this message to our students also, our young generation also, to follow the things. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Anything else?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the informative session. So on behalf of New Horizon Management, Principal, Dean, Director, HOD, and faculties, I thank the session speaker, Mr. Shanmugam Veeramuthu, sir, for taking his time on transferring the knowledge on the topic case studies in Industry 4.0 implementation. So it's a great learning for all of us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to thank you all, entire team, to
Thank
give
you,
me
sir.
an opportunity to give this session.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Thank you, sir. I also thank
Thank
ACT et al. For giving us the opportunity for conducting this program. Thank you. And I'm
Thank you,
hereby
sir.
posting the feedback and quiz link for this session, requesting all of you to kindly fill it within 10 to 15 minutes. And one more thing is the next session will be started from 5 o'clock onwards. So for that, a separate Zoom ID is created, so that already we are shared in the WhatsApp group. Requesting everyone to join that session. So it is going to start from 5 o'clock onwards, and the expert name is Mr. Sharavanan. So requesting all of you to kindly join after 15 or 20 minutes. Exactly 5 o'clock, we are going to start the session with the new Zoom ID. Thank you, participants.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.